Good morning from the Vietnamese coastline, and today is our second day of traveling Vietnam on a motorbike doing a massive road trip of this beautiful country. And today we're leaving the coastal city of Nha Trang to head and see a Hindu temple about 2 hours away. Should be pretty exciting. I've never been to a Hindu temple before. I've been to a Buddhist one, so join me as we go across the Vietnamese coastline.
And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is a video that has kind of slipped through the cracks. As most of you know now when this video is being produced, I am over in Argentina, but I never had the time to put together the second version and the final version of my Vietnam road trip. Now, I will let you know that this road trip was supposed to be an entire month of going through Vietnam. However, there was one unfortunate event that I saw on the roadway that made me stop this entire adventure, and I will give you the details of that when this video concludes. But what I want you to see is my second day crossing Vietnam on motorbike, because it was an experience that I promise you I will never forget. Enjoy.
Guys, you want to see something mental? Look at how many boxes this guy has on his motorbike. I'm counting 15, 16? 16 boxes on one motorbike. I've seen a fridge before, not 16 boxes. People are crossing the grass, making their own lanes. There's 4 lanes in this 2-lane highway. It's absolutely mental. After driving for 3 hours for a destination that's only 2 hours, we've stopped off at a roadside cafe here, and this is the coolest cafe I think I've ever been to, and here's why. This is absolutely mental right now, but I got my coffee. Oh, I wanted hot coffee, but I got cold coffee. I got my little chips, I got tea, and I got a roadside cafe with a bunch of hammocks. This is crazy. Do not ask me how, but I've ended up in the garden of the coffee shop that I stopped off at. They got gooses, they have geese, they have dogs that don't really like me that well. This is crazy. This is crazy. Stay in there, doggo. I will lock you back in. Wow. I just needed the bathroom. I got the private bathroom. That was crazy. Wow. This is the wildest roadside bathroom ever. All right, well, it's time to get back on the road, and hopefully we can make up a little bit of time here.
Oh, and how I wish that was the reality. What I would find out while road tripping in Vietnam is whatever the time that it said on Google was entirely incorrect. From roads being blocked or the roads not being serviceable enough, no time distance in Vietnam that you see on a map is correct. So anywhere from 2 to 3 times the amount of time it says is when you should, and I say should, get to your destination.
So I believe I've made it to the building. However, the owner isn't here. I have to wait 5 minutes, and I don't see a door to this place. I hope this is the right place. I'm exhausted, and I need at least like 2 hours nap, water, and a hot shower. What if there's not hot water? Alright guys, so we've made it to the room, and we go to the Buddhist temple soon, but before we even do that, I need to take a nap, get some sleep, because I'm sunburnt, dehydrated, and exhausted, so I'll see you in a little bit.
And that little bit turned into a 16-hour sleep, so
morning,
this is
guys.
the next morning.
We're about 20 minutes outside the Buddhist temple, and yesterday, when I was gonna go to sleep for a couple hours and go to the temple, let's just say I slept for significantly longer than I thought I was going to. But let me show you what $15 gets you in this small Vietnamese town. So this is the town of Phan Rang, and you can see for $15, it's not too bad. Nothing crazy here, but we have this pretty large size full mattress, a pretty spacious room, windows that make a lot of noise at night, and in the bathroom. Again, nothing crazy in here, but at least there's hot water. The amount of times that I've gone to places in Vietnam without hot water, and honestly, my bar is very low, and that's the only thing that my bar requires. Well guys, check it out. It's the first site that we can see of the temple so far. And if we follow the road signs basically telling us where we can get up to the tower, it takes us through a gift shop first. The most touristy thing ever. I knew it. I knew there was a different way. Whatever. Join me. Let's go get to this tower that has taken us 2 days when it should have taken 3 hours. I'm excited. Hope it's not disappointing. Guys, finally, after our endless journey across the coastline of Vietnam, we've made it to the temple. It's so windy here.
Gentlemen, welcome to one of the most beautiful Cham Tower clusters left in Vietnam. Now, this actually is a national monument. It was declared a national monument by the Ministry of Culture in 1979, and it was built back in the late 13th to 14th century. And it was built in honor of one of Vietnam's most legendary kings who ruled from 1151 to 1205, and is frequently visited by Vietnamese people during the time of the new year and or if they've just gotten married.
When I tell you there is literally hundreds of people here taking pictures, everyone wants to get a picture in front of this temple. Look, you can see everyone. Once someone else's turns done, they don't even wait for them to leave. Everyone just funnels in to take a picture. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's quite funny. And that's gonna do it for our second day of road tripping across Vietnam. We took the coastline to a small city called Phan Trang, stayed in a random hotel, visited that beautiful temple up there, and I got severely sunburned. But I think it's time for me to go get a coffee, go get a banh mi, and continue the adventure for tomorrow. If you enjoyed, I hope you stick around, and I'll see you then. Take care.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I wish that's how the story ended, and I wish that's how my journey across Vietnam continued. However, and this is a story that I've only shared with a few people ever, but it's the way that this has to be closed. After leaving this temple and heading on my way to the next adventure in Vietnam, actually shortly after departing here, about 15 minutes later, I was going around a turn, and there was one motorbike in front of me who was also going around a turn. It's nothing pictured here, so you don't have to worry. The motorbike in front of me, I guess either hit a wet spot in the road or some gravel on the road and lost control. That person then fell off the bike and went headfirst into the rock wall that was serving as a barrier. If you can't really understand where this story is going already, that person ended up dying right in front of me. It was something that was probably the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Easily the worst thing I've ever seen while traveling around the world, and it instantly made me realize that I'm in a part of the world where if something was to happen to me, I don't know who I would call, what I would do, and if I would be okay. So once I saw that, I decided to turn around, go back to where I rented the motorbike from, cut my losses, get a bit of my money back, and continue traveling Southeast Asia by bus, train, and plane. There's some experiences that I do across my travels that really makes me sense up of what I am doing around here and where I am in the world. And this was definitely one of them. As much as it would have been a great time to travel across Vietnam on a motorbike, and I most likely would have been okay, after seeing what I saw, there was no way mentally that I could continue doing that. Luckily, after this moment, I was able to reach out to a bunch of my close friends. I had a pretty rough emotional week after witnessing what I witnessed, and from then, I was doing much better, and I'm much better now, and is one of the reasons why I didn't put this video out for a long time. I don't want you to worry, I am totally okay now, but it's definitely something that happens in the real world, and you don't think about it until you see it. So, yeah, that was the end of my Vietnam road trip adventure. Again, it's something that I wish I was able to continue, but at the time that this was filmed, there's no way after seeing what I saw, could I continue that. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit late. Like I said, we're in a different country now. But I want to thank all the Patreon and the Instagram subscribers. All their names will be on here. And if you feel like joining that and supporting the adventure and potentially being able to pick the next country that we go to, feel free to check that out as well. I hope you guys stay safe. I hope you guys enjoy your travels. And always remember, traveling's a privilege. And I'll see you next soon. Bye-bye.